Good morning, South Florida. I'm Maribel Rodriguez.
And I'm Carly Barnett. Here's a look at some of your morning headlines. Homestead police are investigating a shooting. This unfolded last night on the 700 block of Southwest 8th Avenue just before 9:30. Investigators say they found a man with a gunshot wound to the shoulder. He was airlifted to Jackson South Medical Center in Kendall. So far, no word on what led up to the shooting or any arrests.
Democratic presidential candidate swinging through South Florida trying to woo voters. Former Vice President Joe Biden stopped at Ball and Chain in Little Havana yesterday. He met with Hispanic voters talking about the crisis in Venezuela and touting his records as vice president with other Latin countries. On Saturday, Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar visited Miami, where she was part of a roundtable discussion about election reform and spoke about how to help the Bahamas recover.
More than 46,000 members of the United Auto Workers Union are now on strike after contract talks with General Motors broke down. Workers began forming picket lines outside of the General Motors plant in Detroit, Michigan at midnight. The strike affects 33 plants and 22 parts warehouses across the country. A union spokesperson says negotiations will resume this morning at 10. Both sides are bargaining over a 4-year contract.
A new book is revealing new sexual misconduct allegations against Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh and the FBI's handling of his probe. The New York Times published an excerpt from a new book called The Education of Brett Kavanaugh, an Investigation, revisiting an allegation of Kavanaugh exposing himself to a woman at a party. The book claims that a former classmate told FBI investigators what he witnessed, but nothing was done about it. Several Democratic presidential candidates are calling for Kavanaugh to be impeached. And that's a look at some of your Thursday morning headlines.
Make sure to join us later for CBS 4 News at noon and get updates anytime on CBSMiami.com.